One of the most important things I learned in my 40s is this: not everything means something. And I know that sounds simple, but this realization changed my life. Because for years, I thought I was suffering because of what was happening in my life, what was happening, around me. But looking back, I wasn't suffering from what happened. I was suffering from the meaning that I attached to what happened. A delayed text meant rejection. A hard conversation meant something was wrong. A setback meant that I was failing. Someone's mood meant that I had done something wrong. My mind was constantly creating stories, and the stories were often more painful than reality. Today, I want to talk about why we do this, how it creates stress in our lives, and one question that has helped me find more peace than almost anything else. Human beings are meaning-making machines. Our brains are designed to fill in gaps. When we don't know something for certain, we create a story. The problem is that most of us don't realize we're doing it. We assume the story is true. Someone doesn't respond. We assume that they're upset. A friend seems a little bit distant. We assume we've done something wrong. An opportunity doesn't work out. We assume that we're not good enough. We take incomplete information and turn it into certainty. A few years ago, I started to ask myself a different question. Instead of, what does this mean? I started to ask, what do I actually know for certain? That question changed everything. Let's say someone hasn't replied to a text. What do I know? I know they haven't replied. That's it. I don't know that they are mad at me. I don't know that they're rejecting me. These are just interpretations. They're not facts. Or maybe something in your life isn't moving as quickly as you'd hoped. You can tell yourself that you're failing, or you can admit what you actually know. Maybe all you know is that you're still in the process. That single question creates space, and peace lives inside that space. I see this all the time with women, especially women who have spent years carrying responsibilities for everyone else. We become hyper aware. We notice everything. We, analyze everything. We anticipate problems. And we start living in a state of internal bracing. And we prepare ourselves for things that haven't happened yet. We're not relaxing into life. We're preparing for disappointment. We're preparing for rejection. We're preparing for things to go wrong. And that constant preparing, it's exhausting. It steals our peace. It steals our joy. It steals our ability to enjoy what's actually happening right now. I spent years doing this to myself, trying to predict outcomes, trying to protect myself, trying to avoid getting hurt. But then I realized that no amount of overthinking creates safety. It only creates exhaustion. Today, I still have moments where I create stories. I'm human. The difference is that I catch myself faster. I pause, I notice the story, and then I ask myself, what do I actually know? Most of the time, the answer is far less dramatic than the story I'm creating. And that allows me to come back to reality, back to the present, back to steadiness. Not certainty, not control, just steadiness. Because peace doesn't come from knowing everything. Peace comes from accepting what you don't know. So if you're in a season where you're feeling stressed out, right, anxious, overwhelmed, stuck in your own head, here's what I want you to remember. Not everything means something. Not every setback is failure. Not every silence is rejection. Not every delay is a sign that you're on the wrong path. Sometimes the things causing the most suffering isn't the situation. It's the meaning that you have attached to it. The next time you catch yourself spiraling, pause and ask, what do I actually know for certain? You might be surprised by how much peace is waiting on the other side of that question. And if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you used to make mean something that you no longer do?